Alright, so let's talk about some angles. So first, I have this diagram right here, and I have VF is perpendicular to FX. So that's saying that VF, which is going to be this line, is going to be perpendicular to FX, which is this line. So if it's perpendicular, I know that in the corner is going to be a 90-degree angle or a right angle. So I can just label that with a 90-degree angle, or you can write it as a right angle. So if we're looking at it, we at least have that done. Now I can actually find, because I want to be able to find angle B, that's what we're looking for. I'm going to be looking for all the angles up until there. So I have 75, 35. Well, I know a triangle total has to equal 180 degrees. So if I add 35 plus 75, I'm going to do that's 10, bring over the 1, that should be 110 degrees. Well, so then I do 180 minus 110, which will give me that remaining angle here is what I'm looking for, which will be 70. So I have 70 degrees right here. I know a whole entire line, a straight line, also equals 180, but I have 90 and 70 of that. So I'm going to have 90 plus 70, that is going to be 160, and so then I'm going to do 180 because I know that's the total, and I know 160 of it. I'll do 180 minus 160 to give me 20. So I'm going to put then a 20 is going to be right here. Now I was given 150 up here, so what I can do, again, I know a triangle total equals 180, and I can figure out this missing angle by using that 150 over there, because the straight line equals 180. So you can do 180 minus 150 equals 30. So it's going to be a 30 right there. Now I know if I have a 20 and a 30, and all of it equals 180, I can find out what is right here. So what I'm going to do is, in this corner, I will do 30 plus 20 is 50, okay, and then I'm going to do 180 minus, whoops, not 130, but I'm going to do 50 minus 50, which will equal 130. So this is 130. Clearly not drawn to scale, but if we trust our math, the science is sound. Okay, so again, I am on a straight line right here, and I know if I'm looking for angle B, I know a straight line's 180, so I can do, again, 180 minus my other angle, which is 130, to get 50. So this angle for angle B will be 50 degrees. And I can say angle B equals 50 degrees. Now let's try something else. All right, so I have not only some writing, but now I'm only given one angle. So if I look at it, it says AB is parallel to CD. So I'm looking at AB is parallel to CD. Okay, and I can denote that by maybe drawing some arrows on it to let me know, okay, that's parallel. And that also means that and they also say AB equals AC. So let's look at this. AB right here is also equal to AC. So those are congruent, meaning they are equal. So I'll just put a little tiny dash on it to let me know again that these are going to be equal. My two arrows are staying. Now if I have two equal sides, that means my angles, okay, across from those sides are going to be equal. So there's one angle, and then here's going to be the other angle, and these two angles are going to be equal. So let's see if I can find out this angle. Alright, so I'm going to do, I know that a straight line right here is a total of 180. So I'm going to do 180 minus what I do know, which is 120, and that is going to give me 60. Okay, so I know that this angle in here is going to be 60. Now because both of these angles on the outside corners, these guys are going to be equal right here. Alright, I have to do then I have to subtract 60 from 180 and divide it by 2 equally to be able to make 2 equal parts. So if I do 180, not what I want. I would like a marker. So 180 minus 60, which will get you 120. So minus 60, you get 120, and then you take this 120 and you divide it by 2 because you want 2 equal parts, which will also give you 60. Okay, so this is going to be 60, this is also going to be 60, and honestly, I guess they could have told us that all of these sides are equal, because if they all have equal angles, all the sides are equal. That's okay, they can leave that out and we can still figure this out. So, something we also have to look at, if I know this is 120, and according to my parallel lines going through transversal, I actually know this as well, which is 120. And I know, again, this as well, which is going to be 60. So, if I'm looking at a whole entire 180, if this is a straight line, then I have 60 and 60 of it, so 60 plus 60 is going to be 120, all right, and then I'm going to do 180 minus 120 equals 60. So angle H is going to be 60 degrees. All seem to work out that everything is 60 degrees, but that is correct, and you can put different numbers in there, and I promise if you use the same method, you will get the same thing. All right, lastly, let's look at a more complicated one. All right, so I have two, I'm given no information, but I am given two angles. So I have 28 degrees and I have 62 degrees. Well, let's just kind of start with what I know. First of all, I know that this box right here tells me that this is 90 degrees. It's a right angle. And I know that a whole entire triangle should equal 180 degrees. So what I'm going to do is add 28 plus 90 to give me 118 to be able to figure out that last degree right there, that last angle. So then I'm going to do 180 because I know that's the most it can equal, that is the sum, minus 118. So go ahead, borrow from a 1, that's 2, that's 6, and that's 0. So this right here, this angle in here is 62 degrees. Now, according to vertical angles, right here, whatever's across from it also is the same. So this also is going to be 62 degrees. Well, again, the term comes in common where to be, I have 180 degrees in a triangle. I have 2 degrees that I know. I'm going to add them together and subtract them from 180. So 62 plus 62 should give you 124. So then I'm going to do 180 because that's the whole entire triangle